Hi everyone, welcome to another video announcement. Hope you're having a great week. As you know, we're in Module 3, Part 2 this week, and we've been talking about how do we create really good objectives for projects and thesis statements, either for a research paper thesis or for even a project, have a distinct focus and know where you're going with that. So thank you for those who have posted on the discussion board already about that, and look forward to continuing that discussion through the weekend. The other thing we're working on in this module is I want you to start looking at the capstone assignment proposal, which is, as I mentioned last week, a little more formal, a little more detailed than the timeline that we've already worked through. If things have changed, if your situation has changed from the time of the timeline to the time of the proposal, that's fine. Proposal is more of your firm idea, hopefully by now, of what you're doing for your project or your paper, who the audience you want to reach, or with that, some of the sources you've found to help support either your project or your paper, and so on. So you'll see that, and I want to give you time to work on that, so you've been having a little bit of time to look at that in this module. Coming up in Module 4, Part 1, we're going to start looking at our e-portfolio. So if you've never heard of an e-portfolio or never created one, which I hope is the vast minority in this class, you have time to create an e-portfolio in Digication over this next module, Module 4, Part 1. Most of you, I believe, already have your e-portfolio and probably have some information in them already. So we'll just be looking at what is required for the final e-portfolio assignment. We're looking at that now so that you have time to kind of get those things in order before that's due near the end of the semester. And so to that end, there is a checklist, an e-portfolio checklist that you can look over and start checking off things that you have in your e-portfolio and things that you still need to put in there. If you created your e-portfolio more than a year ago or even a semester ago, you might want to take a look at the MDS e-portfolio template. There's a link to it in our course resources in the e-portfolio section and in the module. That gives you the very latest version of the ePortfolio, which has kind of been evolving little bit by bit. So if your ePortfolio looks a whole lot different than that template, you may need to rearrange what you're doing in your ePortfolio, and just email me about that if that's your situation, or call me and let me know about that. We can look at it together and see what needs to be done. But basically, you do need to have a section or a sub-page for each MDS outcome. There are 6 outcomes for MDS, and so all that information is easily seen in the template. So just make sure that everything that's in that template you have, and hopefully you even have more than that. I'm hoping that the portfolio will be a repository of your best work in school, and even things that you do outside school, your hobbies or interests, that you can just keep that in a place where it looks nice. You can show it to others if you want. You can send it, and you can download any of the information that's in there when you need it. So it's a great resource, hopefully, for those who are pursuing further education or want to get ahead in their career, sending that kind of information to prospective employers, or as you're looking for a position inside the company that you're staying with now. So anyway, I want that to be a useful thing for you, so you do have freedom to edit it, change it, make it your own, but it does need to have some of those required sections as seen in the template. As well, in this next module, we're going to be kind of taking a look back to our MDS 300 days, looking at our IDPs and kind of asking ourselves specifically, how did our goals work out? Were we able to meet all those goals we made 1 semester, 2 semesters, 3 years, 5 years ago? Or did some of those not work, and why didn't they work? So just kind of a time of reflection. There's no wrong answers on this assignment, but we're going to be creating a blog about that. So each person will have kind of their own assessment of their goals and how they met them or not, and why they met them or not, and then other students can read that and comment if they choose. You're not required to comment on anyone else's IDP, but I'm hoping that it will maybe spark a conversation about the use of SMART goals, not just in the IDP, but maybe in life as we want to set goals and achieve those, and then also about how we think about goals that we might want to make and meet, and then whether we do or not. So hopefully a practical exercise in goal setting and the realization of those goals. So that's what's coming up in Module 4, Part 1. If you have any questions about any of that, please let me know. And if I don't hear from you, I'll definitely see you online.